Hey. Last school year, I took a class in creative writing, and it was a fun class. One thing we were required to do was we had to enter a creative writing contest against 3 different counties in my state. So being me, I wrote something as a joke, and I put a lot of dumb puns, and somehow it got 2nd place in my grade. I'm not making this up, I swear. I have proof. I'm gonna look at my name. It's gonna be a lot of keyframing. I decided I would share this masterpiece with the internet. Have it up on my computer, and we are gonna read it. The Bermuda Love Triangle, an original story by me. The moment I first laid eyes on Aquamarine, I was hooked. Everything about her was absolutely captivating. Her beauty lured me in, and I was drawn like a ship to a beacon. I remember the day that I had the pleasure of conversing with her for the first time, like it was yesterday. Fun fact, I originally was gonna put because it was yesterday, because it's humor, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna make it seem like he had a long love. I was at the beach. The warm Floridian sun was hot enough to immediately cook a fish that she had the misfortune of washing up on the shore. After coating myself in a layer of sunscreen, I headed straight to the ocean. That's where I saw her. Everything about her was beautiful. Aquamarine was a graceful goddess of the sea. Her skin seems to shimmer in the sunlight. She had round, dark eyes that I could stare into for an eternity. She maneuvered through the waters with such dexterity, and she was always up to date on current events. Her beauty was a wave that crashed over me. I was left speechless, drowning in my own emotions. All I could manage was a simple wave. I looked deep into her eyes, and suddenly I was filled with confidence to throw in a line. Where have you been all my life? For reasons that I couldn't fully comprehend, she wasn't reeled in like I expected. She didn't say anything. However, I am sure she would have confessed her undying love for me and my expertise in marine-related puns if she wasn't completely speechless. People tell me I'm crazy for trying to go after Aquamarine. I couldn't help it. I was obsessed. Her siren song was an earworm, and I couldn't get her out of my head. Peter, there are other fish in the sea. My friends tried to change my mind, or at least I thought they were my friends. I haven't talked to them since. No matter what they told me, I couldn't shake the idea that we were just simply meant to be. Don't they understand that love is like a riptide? You get swept up in it, and there's no use tiring yourself out by swimming against. I tried to settle like calm waters on a clear day. This is when I started dating Michelle. She was not exactly the brightest light in the harbor and had the attention span of roughly 3 seconds. However, Michelle was nice, petite, and pretty. Her skin was a nice golden shade, and she was also a pretty good swimmer. She was loyal and cared about me. Most of all, I already had her. I didn't need to chase after Michelle. She was safe. Perhaps the safety of our relationship is what made me crave Aquamarine even more. She was elusive. She was a challenge. She was a prize to be won. I was afraid to tell Michelle that my heart was dedicated to Aquamarine. I just hid my love away. Michelle was already clueless on a multitude of other topics, so what's one more? The other day, I told her I was going to the beach. It might have just been my own guilt eating at me, but I felt like she knew something fishy was going on. I questioned whether she was actually as clueless as I initially believed, so I took her with me. We were at the docks, and that's where I saw her again. My beautiful Aquamarine was swimming in the water. I knew that this was my best opportunity to reel her in once and for all. That is, until I remembered that Michelle was right next to me, staring, waiting. I had to do something. I don't want Aquamarine to be forever known as the one that got away. I didn't want to be trapped in this prison of a relationship with Michelle forever. I did the first thing that I could think of, and I pushed her. I pushed her out. I watched the little goldfish flop in the dock, desperately trying to find water. I panicked. I was killing my fish girlfriend. I lightly kicked her into the ocean. In retrospect, the shock from the change in temperature and the large quantities of salt just sealed her fate to death, but I had bigger fish to fry. Wow, Aquamarine, you really look so fish-dicated. She didn't laugh. I didn't have time to think about that. I didn't even have time to waste telling cheesy pickup lines. I had to catch her. I took my fishing pole, cast out a literal line, and literally reeled her in. Aquamarine was finally mine. We were together. She lived with me in a decently sized saltwater tank in my house. we were happy. Or at least she hasn't told me otherwise. Wasn't that a nice story? Like, it's not that I'm not grateful, and I think it's great, but I also find it really funny, but I also feel really bad because I know people that actually care about writing and they wrote something beautiful, turn in stuff, and then there's me. What are you doing, Molly? Just choked in water. I hope you enjoyed this video and me dying. Thanks for watching. Bye.